I'm Raquel the Bell on the one and only WWNN 1470. Today in the studio we have Tracy from We Are the People. You can join her every Monday night from 7 to 7:30 p.m. on her website, wearethepeople.tv. Tracy tackles the student loan dilemma and offers viable options. And now, here's Tracy.
Hi, good evening. Welcome to We Are the People. I'm Jorge Estomba. I'm the co-host. Tracy is away for the evening doing some research, and we are here to, as usual, to inform you on various subjects and topics. It is Monday, July the 7th, 2014. We're coming to you live from Boca Raton, Florida, in West Palm Beach. Glad to have all of you throughout the United States listening to our program. Hopefully you get something out of these programs. It's meant for you, for We Are the People. As you know, I usually, I always, when I'm on the show, I always name the rat of the week. And I have one this week, and it is our Speaker of the House, John Boehner. And I want to touch upon this because many Americans, as I'm an activist, I have come to realize that a lot of people are not aware that a Speaker of the House, the overwhelming power that he has, and this is not John Boehner's fault, I want to clarify that. It's been built into our congressional procedures, parliamentary procedures for many years. I don't know exactly how long, but a Speaker of the House has tremendous power. In John Boehner's case, he's been a speaker that has withheld the most bills, the most laws from going to the floor of Congress. So that's what makes him distinct. To me, it's a little bit bothersome, not only that John Boehner has held back, blocked so many laws that could be passed, but I'm also very concerned about this procedure that I feel, and that'll be for another time, and I will form a petition that I believe that this has to be looked into, because no one in our democracy should have, if the president has limited powers, a Speaker of the House also should have limited powers. And those powers are not very limited when you can hold on, when you can block, however you want to state it, that he can and he has the power, and we can review the records. Specifically, I want to bring it to contemporary times with John Boehner. What he has withheld from going to the floor for voting has been extremely numerous. I think it has been an abuse of what this was intended for, but if you have it there, this is what can happen. So I just want to clarify to all the people who are listening, a Speaker of the House, as the rules and procedures have it in today's Congress, and it's been there for many years, he has the right to do this, okay? He can block arbitrarily one person if he doesn't want something to be voted on in the House of Representatives, okay? That's a very, very powerful position. That's a very powerful man that we have in there that we did not elect. And I don't know how many people are aware of that. I have to be honest with you, I know a lot about politics, and I had forgotten about this because it was never really, I would call it abused, overused, however you want to state it. And I just forgotten about it because in other times we just never really heard about it, and it was used, of course, by everybody, okay? I'm not saying he's the only one, but I am concerned that someone that we did not elect, okay, we as the people did not elect, has that tremendous power. He, as a Speaker of the House, is responsible for holding back a tremendous amount of legislature that could have been passed, legislature that is needed, legislature that, according to all polls, is legislature that the people, that we, the people, want, and it has been held back. So this is something that is worthwhile pursuing. Please remember this. When you see a petition regarding this, I will start it this week on Wwnn.org. I am part of Wwnn, as you know, and I will do it on Wwnn.org on their signature petition, which is signon.org, okay? Please, if you see any petition of this type, and it doesn't matter who it is, okay, whoever does it, please respond to this petition. This is something that we have to clean up if we really want a true democracy. Our times have changed. We have a very, very Congress that is divided. We're polarized. There's gridlock. We need the people to get involved. Okay, we need the people to know what's going on. And if we the people decide that we want to change and we speak out, it will be done. If I'm a minority and what I'm saying here you don't agree with, that's fine. Don't sign a petition. An activist role is to inform and to try to empower the people. That's all I'm trying to do, okay? As I said before, I don't believe in parties. We do have to have parties, and it's a necessity. But I'll vote Republican, I'll vote Democrat, I'll vote Green Party, whatever it is. But we have to unite as Americans, and we have to realize that in today's times, we have to have better government. We have to have a government that proceeds better, that acts expeditiously on laws that the people need. Okay? And we have a lot of laws that need to be passed, and we can't have a John Boehner, in this case, do what he's doing. And if it's a Democrat, I don't care either. It's the abuse of power in this position that needs to be modified, and we need to be aware of it. I was very surprised when I spoke to some college students from Miami-Dade College about a month ago that they were not aware of this. Now, they were in their second year. These are kids that were in an upper level of education, and they really didn't know about this, and I don't expect them to know it because it's part of an educational system, and that's another program that we can go into, how we don't really teach civics or political science when I went to high school and when I went to college, but that's something else. So this is something that really bothers me, that a lot of people are not aware of, and that we are getting our government and our procedures in a gridlock in times that we need action, we need laws passed, we need them brought to the U.S. House of Representatives, so those people that we elected them, at least have an opportunity to do their job. Listen, we have enough trouble with the Congress as it is, okay? They have a very low rating. They've been as low as 4 to 6%. We know that we don't like the Congress. It's a horrible Congress. But if they don't get at least the opportunity to vote on something, then we have a powerless Congress. We have a Congress even worse than they are. So at least let's give them the opportunity to vote on. Okay, John Boehner is getting a lot of pressure, but the pressure has to come from we the people, because we are the people. And I really believe very firmly that we need to get involved with this. We need to voice our opinion. This is not party lines. This is not Democrat. This is not Republican. This is our American country, our United States of America being put in a position where democracy is not given an opportunity to function as it should, how our forefathers projected it to be, and we're having this problem. We've had it now for a number of years. We have to clean this act. So please, be aware of this. Get informed. Don't believe me. I always say, go into the internet. We have so much ways of getting informed. This is just one of the means to get you going, to get you interested in saying, well, this guy's crazy, this guy's full of it. But look into it, okay? And if I'm crazy and I'm full of it, look into it and confirm it yourself. That's what we activists try to do, okay? Get people interested to look into things, to get involved. If we do not get involved, we will continue to be a polarized country, a country of gridlock, whereby democracy is being thwarted day by day because of these things. If we get involved, we can fix our country and things can improve. So that's my rat of the week, John Boehner, who has really put our country in gridlock, and we have to do something about it. The next subject I want to talk about is I'm very concerned about Social Security. The propaganda that has come from the conservatives in this case, I can say, I try to stay away from labeling, but it is from that portion of our Congress, and they want to change our Social Security system. They're talking about modifying it. They're talking about tweeting. Well, those are very nice words, but the modification, bottom line is that what they want is for the people to contribute more and to get less. You know, my parents worked for 40, 50 years. They contributed to the system. My mother still lives. My aunts and uncles, they all live, 4 or 5 of them, maybe more. Okay, they contributed a lot into this. They contribute. This is not free. A lot of politicians, or many politicians, are saying that like this is something that is being given away. This is not a giveaway. My mother and your parents and your grandparents, they paid into this. This is not a freebie, folks. Don't let people tell you and use dirty tactics and propaganda. They're insulting the American worker. They're insulting your parents, my parents, your grandparents, everybody that worked, and they're insulting you. I'm putting into that. Everybody that's listening that's worked or is working is putting into that system, okay, which is Social Security. Social Security has a lot of money right now. They're not broke. If we let politicians go into that kitty and go into that chest, go into that piggy bank, yeah, it's going to be broke, of course, okay? So let's not allow them to lie, because that is not a freebie. That is not welfare, okay? We own that money. It's our money. We paid into that, and we need to see it come back to us in the form of our Social Security benefits when we decide to call it a day, whether at 62, at 65, at 66, whenever it is. We need to get that money. We don't need modifications. We don't want it to be reduced because we have paid into it. I have worked since I'm 22 years old. I'm 54. I have paid into that. What happens when I retire, if it's much less or if it doesn't exist, then really, you know, I was cheated because I'm not getting in return what I paid for. And we need to be aware of that, okay? This is not a freebie, folks, and I'm sorry to be so repetitive, but there's a lot of lies going on, and politicians are great at telling lies. You know that I tell it like it is. They are great at telling lies, and that's one of the great lies and myths that are out there. It is not welfare. And it really bothers me that we're going to be killed if, as people, not literally, but we're going to get robbed, I should say, okay? We can't allow that, okay? And it really bothers me when people are not aware of what many politicians, mostly on the conservative side, okay, do not want this program to continue as it has been working since it was put in effect by Franklin Delano Roosevelt, FDR, in the 1930s, okay? It's not broken yet. If it has to be fixed, then it can be fixed to give us more, but not to give us less. I'm happy as it is right now. I don't know enough about, you know, if we should get more. I'm not talking about that right now because I'm not knowledgeable enough to at this point say we should get more, okay? But it's really not broken. So if we do fix it, it should be for our benefit, not on the contrary. That's something that is really worth looking into. Again, if somebody tells you that, look up the statistics, look up Social Security. If one of your representatives, whether it's state legislature or what have you, or at any point in time anybody tells you that, please, very diplomatically, we need to be assertive. We need to be assertive. We need to show them that we know what we're talking about. This is very important. We have to be informed. We have to be able, if we ever go to a town hall meeting, which in Miami-Dade, I haven't been to a town hall meeting because there hasn't been one with any of our representatives, whether Democrat or Republican, in years. Okay? But if you ever have the opportunity, let them know that this is not social welfare, that they're not doing us any favor. It's our money. Going to the other subject, because I'm touching various subjects here. Yeah, I raised the 2 for peace and for victory, and also 2 minutes. Very briefly, Medicare, and I will stick to the state of Florida. Our Governor, Rick Scott, has rejected $50 billion with a B as in boy from the federal government. That affects approximately 1 million or more than 1 million people in the state of Florida that will not get proper health care. There has been statistics, and I will get involved with this more in another program, but I just wanted you to briefly get you into this, to get you involved. I know many of you are getting very involved into Medicare. Write a petition, get the governor involved, tell him that you do not want him to deny you the health care that you deserve, because he has rejected $50 billion just because it comes from Washington, D.C. Okay? We can't allow that. That is just plain politics. You do not play politics with the health of people. You do not play politics with people suffering in hospitals that could be much better health or save the lives. There are statistics, I don't have it right now, of the people that will die because of this situation. This is life and death. We cannot allow this. Okay? We're going to go into a break right now, and we'll be back shortly. Stay with We Are the People.
CPA for the People provides CPA services and business consulting for innovative creators. Collaborative, personal, affordable. We specialize in tax consulting, business consulting, financial statement compilation, and personal finance. For more information, please go to www.cpaforthepeople.com or call at area code 630-244-7893. Youthful Savings creates and delivers innovative financial education products through a virtuous approach in order to disrupt the cycle of poverty. We provide affordable college planning solutions through our Financial Freedom web application and program, youth financial education and entrepreneurship training through our My Own Business Challenge curriculum and program, and group youth programs that teach entrepreneurship and financial education. 10 cents of every dollar earned is reinvested into the communities saved through the youth college scholarships. For more information, please go to www.youthfulsavings.com. Email at info@youthfulsavings.com or call 646-504-7164. You're listening to We Are the People with social justice advocates Tracy Marks and Jorge Estomba, exposing the faults in our current day society with industries that directly influence student loans. Join the conversation by calling into the studio at 888-565-1470 or join the chat room at wearethepeople.tv. Again, to call in, the number is 888-565-1470, and let us hear your voice. Now, back to our show.
Okay, welcome back to We Are the People. Okay, I touched subjects of Boehner, the power that the Speaker of the House has. I touched on Social Security, and I just touched very briefly on Medicare. I will devote a full program along with Tracy or myself with that, because it's worth getting involved with that critical issue of Medicare. But I just wanted you to get involved because I've seen some things lately that I got bothered. So we'll get further into that in a different program. We do have a guest, by the way. We're not taking any calls today because we're filled up with information and a guest, so please do not call in. We'll have another opportunity in a future date, as we have had in the past. Right now, I'd like to introduce Rick Stroll. He has been here before on various occasions. Rick is a former university professor, and if I'm not mistaken, Rick, you were also involved with constitutional law. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay. I'm going to turn it over to Rick because he has some very important material that he wants to get across. So I'm going to turn it over to him because he can take care of this himself to be more productive.
Thank you, Jorge. There's far too much material for the time that we have, so we've got to be quick. I do want to thank Tracy for visiting me in the hospital. The Veterans Administration tried again to get rid of me. So far, they haven't succeeded, but I don't know how many times I'm going to have to endure stuff like this. So you'll be seeing a petition sometime in the future regarding them. But this is endemic to government, to federal government these days. We've got major issues where the government doesn't care about the people. We, the people, have to care about the people, and we have to go out and yell and scream and kick and do whatever we have to do, to argue with the government, to get them to do what they are supposed to do, what they're supposed to do constitutionally, what they were designed to do, and that is to help the people, to help the states. But, Jorge brought up a number of good points about Boehner. Remember, there's another side to Congress called the Senate, and Harry Reid is on that side, and there are similar arguments that are made about Harry Reid, so we can double our number of rats. In fact, we can multiply our rats and make them 535, because just about all of the people in Congress are basically profiting at our expense, and that needs to be changed. That's not what the ideals for this nation were. That's not what the foundation of this nation was. Social Security, and I've taught constitutional law, so I've read it, and I understand what it was that the founders were trying to get at. And yes, there were great arguments about things, but they were not trying to get into a position where the government controlled the people, which John Conyers, Democrat Michigan, believes. That's not the role of Congress. The role of Congress is government to serve the people. Congress to serve the people. And yet these people are profiteering because they found ways of doing it, because we, the people, have not been active and we've not been involved. We've not been watching what is being taken out of our pockets behind our bags in the dark of night, formerly smoke-filled rooms. I want to get to something else, though. Tracy was talking at the end of last week's show about the Student Loan Borrowers Bill of Rights Act of 2013. Representative Wilson, Frederica Wilson, Democrat from the Florida 24th District, just south of us here, had put that bill in the hopper. That's an important bill. Congress took from student loan borrowers their rights. They took their rights in bankruptcy. That's an important right. That's a fundamental right. They took those rights away so that student loan borrowers have no recourse when they've been lied to, when they've been cheated. They've taken that right away. And Frederica Wilson wants to, with that Bill of Rights Act, the Student Loan Borrowers Bill of Rights Act, H.R. 3892, she wants to give those rights back, and those are critical rights. In fact, they're so critical. Tracy and I have been working on a number of petitions for a variety of things because, frankly, we're mad as hell, and we don't want to take it anymore, quoting from the movie. So you will find, because I just posted it today, I just launched it today, on MoveOn.org's petition site, you will find Pass H.R. 3892, Student Loan Borrowers Bill of Rights Act, immediately. So go and look for my name. My last name is S-T-R-U-L. S-T-R-U-L. So if you go to the petition site and you search for my name, you're going to see several petitions. I'm going to be adding to those petitions because we have issues and we got to deal with them. And we got to get this turned around fast. People in Congress and in Washington, not just Congress but the administration, believe that they are rightfully a ruling class in this country. Well, guess what? The founders said no. No ruling classes. They fought a bloody war. A war of independence, which we just celebrated the other day. They fought that war to make us free, to give us liberty, to allow us to make our own choices, our own decisions, our own lives. And that's why we're doing this.
Thank you, Rick. By the way, it's important about the petition that you're doing. Just to remind them, that'll be on signon.org, which is the moveon.org petition arm. So just so all the listeners know, it's signon.org. And how do you have it identified so they can also have another reference?
Pass H.R. 3892.
Very good. Okay, folks, you heard it. We are the people. We got to go out We have to fight for what we believe in. Let's fight for our democracy. See you next week. Take care. God bless.
Little Joe never once gave it away.
You have been listening to We Are the People with social advocates Tracy Marks and Jorge Estomba, who every week bring to the light the needs and changes in our current system. Tune in every Monday night at 7 p.m. on wearethepeople.tv and participate in the conversation in the chat room or call 888-565-1470. Tune in next Monday for more information and facts. And Tracy and Jorge remind you to stay aware of your surroundings and challenges at all times.